I just won $200,000 in AUM from FTMO. I'm going to show you the overview of exactly how I did it right now. On the screen now, you'll see the SP500 or the SPXUSD. This is the same thing, and it's just different ways to say the same chart. Right now, we're using TradingView.com, which is just a platform that will show you how to mark up trades. So my primary way that I trade is Elliott waves. This strategy has paid dividends on learning it over and over again, and I've been quite successful recently in terms of my trading statistics. And if you're not already, I wanted to shout out my Telegram. If you're not already in it, you should be. It's I shout out most of these trades on there, and right now it's free, so be sure to access that while you can. Let's go ahead and get started on the analysis. So right here is where I started the challenge. This was on March 12th, and I actually ended up losing this trade, and it unfortunately went down right away, and I wasn't able to make any money off my very first trade, unfortunately, and I had quite a lot of drawdown. That was on my first account. So I actually ended up making two different accounts, each with $100,000, and that's how I made 200. So the second one I made shortly after that, which is right around here, or right at the top, I believe, on the 16th. So right around here. And I was able to ride it almost all the way down to over here, which ended up winning me the first challenge on both accounts. It won both accounts since I was able to recover on the first one as well as make it the first trade on the second. So let's go ahead and look at those trades on the account metrics that FTMO provides. So here's my account metrics. As you can see, this is the first account, and I had quite a bit of drawdown. I do regret risking so much at the beginning, especially when I wasn't so prepared for it, and that I definitely missed the bottom at the beginning. Fortunately, I was able to realize that early enough where I was able to recover. So as you can see, I lost quite a bit in the first 2 days. I didn't quite reach the maximum limit, which is I'm really thankful for. But shortly after that, I was able to make all that back and then some, making $16,000 on one single trade from just about 50 entries on the US 30, or not the US 30, on the SP500. And similar story here, except for I didn't have the big loss at the beginning. This is the second challenge account. So this is where pretty much just won from the beginning, placed some trades and just to make sure to start the timing. And then I was able to win the entire trade, the entire challenge just from my first real trade here. So this was the first real trade, second day, excuse me, on the 18th, entered on the short, selling, and I was able to make that all in one single day. Didn't make so much from the buy. That is just because I was focusing on that one short from two separate trades that ended up doing really, really well. So as you can see, it was 30 entries on this one. Is a little bit more on the other one because I had more to make up. Ended up being a fantastic trade and did really well with that one. Now let's go ahead and go back to the chart, and now we're going to look at the verification. So this is how I trade when in the verification. During the verification, the market was still very volatile, except it was a lot less volatile than I was previously used to with the challenge. During the challenge, there's a much more direct up and down movements than over here after the verification. But I still won the verifications pretty early. Here's the first one. And with the verifications, you only have to make half the profit target. So in this case, it was only $5,000 to win instead of $10,000. So I was able to do that pretty quickly so I made half of it, or a little bit more than half of it, by the third day. And then I was able to make the rest of it by the fifth day on there, and then just a couple more trades to finish off the minimum day trading requirement. On this one, I had a pretty even amount of sells and buys, winning on both of those, which is really cool. We're going to see a pretty similar story on this one, except for it has just a little bit less drawdown, I believe. Yeah, just a little bit less on this second one than the first one. I was switching back and forth there so you could see the difference. So on this one, you can't even see any trades that are negative, so it only shows the top half of the chart. And it's a pretty similar story. I won the first trade really, really nice there. And then the third trade won, and so did the fourth. So these ones finished only 1 day apart. Really, really cool stuff. And now, moving till today, I recently got just the first one fully funded, ready to go, and I've already placed my first trade. My first trade went pretty well. I was able to make $800 on the very first trade. Well, this isn't anything compared to the other previous amounts. I really wanted to just get a certain small amount so that I'm sure that I'll be able to use that small amount to keep positive by the end of the challenge, and I'll be able to continue this challenge for an additional month. So really, really cool to see that I won that first one and that I won these ones. Hopefully the second account will come in very, very soon, and I'm really excited for that. I'll update you guys in a month, and I hope you enjoyed this video.